Well, a taxi fare hike could be in the works. The Taxi and Limousine Commission proposing new rates and surcharges that will make for a more expensive ride. If the current TLC proposal gets approved, the agency says average passenger fares would jump nearly 23% and driver revenue would go up more than 33%. The base fare would increase from $2.50 to $3. Surcharges would go up as well. Getting to the airports would get pricier as well. The flat fare for trips between Manhattan and JFK would balloon from $52 to $65. And a $5 surcharge would be added to trips to and from LaGuardia. But drivers say these price hikes are long overdue.
Living cost is high now. Who need money, you know?
I think it's crazy. I think everything's going up, so it's nuts.
Well, you're going to have an opportunity to make your voice heard about that proposal. The TLC will hold a virtual public hearing at 10 a.m. on October 6th.
With taxi fares set to possibly increase, more New Yorkers are taking a closer look at their receipts and noticing a string of surcharges.
Yeah, the same goes for Uber as well, from congestion fees to black car fund charges. It feels like everything has a tacked on fee. Arthur Chan joins us now breaking down exactly what all these fees are. Arthur.
See, Lori, there was a time when it was just the base fare and whatever the increments were for the ride itself. Now the list of surcharges is getting long and complicated. It's almost like deciphering a Ticketmaster purchase. So here's a breakdown of every surcharge we found.
In a New York minute, we as New Yorkers hop out of cabs and barely look twice, kids in tow or not. We've got places to go. But if you look closely at your receipt, which we did, there are a lot of surcharges, 8 that we tallied, collecting various receipts in our newsroom. There's an improvement surcharge, a congestion surcharge, surcharges for the MTA. There's also a black car fund surcharge, a New York sales tax, airport surcharges, and then there's a rush hour surcharge and an overnight surcharge. Former TLC Commissioner Matthew Dowse worries all of these charges price out regular New Yorkers.
If you need to go to the hospital, okay, and you need to be driven in, and it's not an emergency, and you're coming from Maspeth, Queens, or East New York, and you're making $50,000 a year, you can't afford to take a taxi cab.
So let's get to work and explain every surcharge we found. It begins with the improvement surcharge, a 30-cent charge on all yellow and green taxis to fund accessibility upgrades, including fulfilling the mandate to have enough accessible cabs on the streets. A congestion surcharge, tax on $2.50 in cabs and $2.75 in 4 hire cars that goes towards the congestion pricing project. An MTA State Surcharge was established in 2009 and tax on 50 cents that goes on to the MTA. A black car fund is a surcharge only in for hire vehicles used to fund workers' compensation and drivers' benefits. The New York sales tax is a surcharge only on for hire cars, combining New York state and local taxes. An airport surcharge ranges from $1.25 to $2.50 and varies based on whether you're in a cab or a for-hire car and depends on pickup or drop-off. A rush hour surcharge tax on $1 for rides between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. on weekdays. It goes to the driver, as does the overnight surcharge. That also goes to the driver, a 50-cent fee for rides from 8 p.m. at night until 6 in the morning every day.
Got all that? Well, part of the reason these surcharges may not feel right is that it is all in addition to the metered fare. And when a rider arrives, there is no choice but to pay it. But at least now you know what the charges mean and where that money goes. Lori.
Thank you for explaining. All right, Arthur.